we'll continue in Grand Prix. Where this time, we'll play as Yoshi on the Wild Wing, which has a really high max speed, but poor acceleration, where it takes a while to reach that max speed. It also has really good drift and mini turbo, but pretty poor off-road. Alright, we shall now move on to the Star Cup, with the tracks Daisy Circuit, Koopa Cape, Maple Treeway, and Grumble Volcano. Anyways, here's Daisy Circuit, based on the Princess of Sarasaland, Princess Daisy, who is playable in this game, by the way, but we have not unlocked her yet. I've always liked this track, to be honest. I really like the aesthetics of it. I don't know. Especially since you got a mansion over there. Which I think is kind of interesting that they kind of showed that... You know how in all these Mario games, Princess Peach always has a castle? I think it's interesting to have a contrast with Daisy owning a mansion instead. I think it fits the character really well. That is the amount of character we do have for Daisy, considering the only game she's really been in outside of Super Mario Land, which is the first game she appeared in on the Game Boy, is pretty much just Mario spin-off games, such as the Mario Kart games, along with the Mario sports games, such as Mario Tennis and Mario Golf. However, she did recently also make an appearance in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. You know, the Nintendo All-Star Fighting Game series. By the way, these traffic cones that you can run into don't really do anything. Although I think they slow you down a little, but not anything to where I was able to notice. You can also drive on top of these side rails. Or just kind of barriers, I guess. There's also a shortcut on the right, where you could go up that staircase onto a boost pad. You're only able to get up there if you have a mushroom. Otherwise, you'll just go super slow because the staircase is considered off-road, so where pretty much you'll drive slower than if you're on the smooth roads. Not sure why that billboard says Daisy Candy. I thought it said Daisy Canal at first, which would at least make a little more sense. Because, you know, there's a bunch of boats out here. One of which might be the Daisy cruise ship, which was a racetrack on its own in Mario Kart Double Dash with Daisy Cruiser. Anyways, we got a time of 2.5 minutes. And here we are with the next track, Koopa Cape. So yeah, look at that water tunnel. That's part of the track, and it's pretty much the track's main gimmick. It's a water-themed track. With a bunch of waterfalls and stuff. Ain't that pretty? So yeah, you're able to throw items such as the green shell behind you, which is really helpful in a lot of cases. We even have a half pipe there. See what I mean? There's pretty much a half pipe in nearly every new Mario Kart Wii track. There's also flowing water, where pretty much driving on it will speed you up a little. And we even enter the kind of pipe tunnels. Uh-oh. Where, yeah, driving on the water will speed you up. There's also those electrical turbines, I guess? Yeah, we'll call them that. To where if you touch the electrical part of it, it'll actually shrink you. Similar to the lightning item, which is an item to where if you use it, all players ahead of you will actually shrink and will be slower than usual. Now what's funny is that the lightning has been in the Mario Kart games since the very beginning. And I believe the item was originally going to mess up the controls or mess up the steering of all players ahead of you. However, they decided to go with shrinking the players because it was easier to program. That would be interesting though, to have an item that messes with the controls of players. That'd be annoying, but it'd be interesting. And so yeah, whenever an opponent is hit by one of your items, your character will kind of do a little kind of celebratory emote. Or a celebratory animation, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I ever talked about the red shell, did I? The red shell is pretty much kind of like the green shell, but it'll directly target other players, or not pretty much the player in front of you, if you use it ahead of you. You can also throw it behind you to where it'll pretty much act as the green shell. That was close. So yeah, down in the waters, of course outside you'll see a bunch of familiar Mario enemies such as the Cheep Cheep and even the eel from Super Mario 64. It's pretty cool. Also, yeah, your voice will be, your character's voice will be pitched up whenever you are shrunken. The music will also be distorted. There we go, got a total time of 3.5 minutes. Anyways, the third track of the Star Cup is Maple Treeway, an autumn-themed track with those caterpillars right there known as wigglers. As you pretty much race on top of, I guess, tree branches, or just kind of trees in general, at least later on in this track, as we get launched out of another cannon, similar to the one we saw in DK Summit. And so yeah, there's also leaf piles that you could run into that'll actually spawn out items. They can spawn out, I believe, green shells, bananas, mushrooms, and on rare occurrences, even a star. And there's even another half pipe, which will actually help us out in this case, in this track. We even have this net over here, which we could trick off of. There's also a shortcut on the right we can take if we have a mushroom. I don't think I've expressed this yet. I love the music in this game. I'll just say that. Each track, each of the new music tracks are super memorable. As there are, of course, most of them, if not all of them, are super upbeat. And they just have some great melodies. I don't know how else I can describe it. Definitely some of the most memorable music, I'd say, in the entire Mario Kart series. And there's a reason why it's some of the most remembered Mario Kart themes. Including this one. And I guess that's one distinguishment from this and Mario Kart Double Dash, is that the music tracks are very different in this one. Being a lot more, I guess, techno-inspired compared to Mario Kart Double Dash's music tracks, which I like the music in that game too, but a lot of the music tracks just kind of sound the same, and all use similar instruments and such. I don't think this game has that issue as much, where all of the music tracks are very... Uh-oh. Oh, by the way, the wigglers, you'll just simply bounce off of them if you run into them. Like that. Which I got slowed down quite a lot. Apparently that wasn't enough for opponents to catch up to me. That's a little concerning. I know we're playing on the easiest difficulty in the game, but oh my god. There we go. We finished the race. I think I was trying to say earlier that what's awesome about this game's music is that every single track, at least for the new tracks, all have very distinct music from each other. Which I think Mario Kart Double Dash didn't do the greatest at, especially since a lot of the tracks in that game share songs. Which I don't think really helps things out. Anyways, on to the final race of the Star Cup, which is Grumble Volcano. That's right, we get to race in a volcano. Ain't that exciting? Let's just hope we don't get I guess burnt, because there's lava around it. That's a little scary. Uh-oh. Notice that the symbols on the bottom will actually indicate whenever there are offensive items that are about to head towards you that you might need to be on the lookout for. Such as red shells, green shells, even stars, along with, of course, the spiny shell. There's even lava geysers. Oh my god. And of course, may as well continue my music talk. This is another great music track, of course, which, like I said earlier, is so wildly different from the previous one, using all sorts of different instruments. Or I don't know if it's actual instruments. I doubt a lot of these tracks were, you know, actual live recordings of orchestras. I think Most of them were probably just synthesized, which is fine, you know? I think it still sounds cool. And you may notice that the track is breaking apart. That's pretty much this track's whole gimmick, is that as the race goes on, more and more of the track will sink into the lava, making the later laps more difficult, in that you'll have, in some parts, narrower tracks to go down. So one interesting thing about the lightning is that how it actually works is that... Great, another blue shell. Anyways, the lightning is that when the timing of when people are, when players are grown back to normal, it actually is kind of an ascending order to where the placement of the player will actually determine when they will grow back. It'll be quicker for those in lower places than those in high places. So, like, say the first 8 players, or the top 8 players, are shrunk. The person in 8th place will be regrown first, and then it'll go all the way up to the first place player. So pretty much the first place player will be regrown last. I believe that was the case starting with Mario Kart DS. Beforehand, all of the players affected by the lightning would all be regrown simultaneously. Anyways, we're done with the Star Cup. And now we can go ahead and watch the ceremony screen, or the ceremony cutscene once again. I always found Yoshi's eyes interesting. It's weird that whenever he, like, closes his eyes like that, he only closes his pupils and not his whole eyes. That's just weird. I know a lot of characters are like that, but it's also weird. And once again, we got a 3 gold star rank. Alright, and there we go. We can now play the 50cc Special Cup. And we've even unlocked a new character for winning the Star Cup on 50cc, King Boo. So yeah, there we go. Now we have the new character, King Boo. We have a whole bunch of more question marks, which kind of give us an idea on the many more characters we can unlock in this game. We'll continue with the medium weight characters though. With Princess Peach. Now, we've already gone over the 3 medium weight carts that we have, so... let's see. I wouldn't mind doing the Wild Wing again. And now, all we have left for the new tracks is the Special Cup with Dry Ruins, Moonview Highway, Bowser's Castle, and Rainbow Road. Let's begin. Alright, so here we are with Dry Ruins, a desert-themed track. Where we even get some interior parts of the track. That's kind of cool. And even a Yoshi Sphinx. That's cool. Alright, so we have some Pokies on the track. They're, of course, a normal Mario enemy, I believe. Oh! Wow. What we just saw there was a Bob-omb item. I don't think I've introduced it yet. Of course, the Bob-ombs are typical enemy in the Mario series, introduced in the international version of Super Mario Bros. 2. Pretty much, I believe they were introduced in Mario Kart Double Dash, of course, and pretty much their function is that, of course, like in the normal Super Mario games, they will, they explode if coming into contact with any players. Now, if you throw the item ahead of you, it will explode immediately as it reaches the ground. However, if you drop it behind you, it will kind of walk around for a little bit and then explode. I don't believe you were able to get ball bombs in first place. However, we do have 2 fake item boxes, so that's cool. Fake item boxes are, I'll admit, they're kind of lame in most of these Mario Kart games, especially ones like these, to where it's easy to distinguish between normal and fake item boxes. Also, yeah, you just saw they are not able to block items, like how green shells and bananas are able to, or just shells in general and bananas are able to block items. They are not able to. Also, you may notice that in this whole room, there is more and more sand filling up that whole dip in the middle. That's pretty much this track's whole gimmick, is that across the race, as time goes by, more and more sand will fill up the pyramid, making it more difficult to traverse. In similar veins to the Grumble Volcano stage. Except here, it only affects a certain area of the track rather than the entire track. Also, you may notice all these pillars that fell down and can make for ramps for us to do tricks off of. Well, it didn't work that time. Also got more bats. Actually, I think they have a special name in the Mario universe. I believe they are known as swoopers. I mean, yeah, we pretty much have to go around on this lap. There we go. Time of 3 minutes and 6 seconds. An 11-second lead. Yeesh. Alright, on to the next track. Which is Moonview Highway. That's right, we're going to be driving with just normal, everyday cars in a city. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of these kind of tracks across the Mario Kart series, because there's also Toad's Turnpike from Mario Kart 64, Mushroom City, and Mario Kart Double Dash. And, I don't know if... Are those really the only 2 that just have cars? Like normal cars, driving alongside these carts? Oh, there was also Shroom Ridge in Mario Kart DS. Except this one takes place on a highway. And it even has some toll booths with some of the Miis on your system. That's kind of cool. And so yeah, if you run into one of these cars, you will actually be flattened rather than just spinning out. So yeah, watch out for that. Although it can be pretty comical to see yourself super flat. There's also bomb cars, where if you run into them, the car will explode, and you will pretty much flip out. Also, you can do tricks off of this. There's also there's also trucks with stuff like mushrooms and I think milk in one of them. It has a cow on the side, the one from Moo Moo Meadows. And I believe they have the same effect as the cars. Yeah, you'll be flattened. Only for a little bit, though. They pretty much have the same effect as the cars, except they have a larger hitbox. And also, there'll be some cars that have sirens and will actually travel at a faster speed. I guess to be like, I don't know, emergency vehicles or something. Dang it. Wow! Thanks, game. Thanks, game! Wow. You can still drift when flattened, though, which I think is funny. We got a billboard up there that says the Mushroom Moon with Peach on it. Huh. The Mushroom Moon. Maybe that will be explained in the Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, apparently there's going to be some scenes in like a city, apparently. Maybe Brooklyn, perhaps? Considering that's a big part of the Mario canon. I don't know. But anyways, we won. With a 4-second lead. Anyways, third race is Bowser's Castle, which is pretty much one of the mini Mario Kart tracks. It's kind of a tradition for the games to always have a Bowser's Castle track. Or at least one. Some of them have multiple. Like, Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance has multiple Bowser's Castle tracks. Anyways. We got a whole twisty section in here you can do tricks off of. I think. Yeah, you can. Got some thwomps to avoid. And obviously if you drive under them as they're heading down, yeah, you'll probably get squished and flattened. And we have this whole room with a giant stone Bowser that'll breathe out fireballs right down the middle of the tracks. They're kind of encouraged to go around and take the half pipes. There are ramps in the middle, though, you can take in order to do tricks off of, but it's pretty risky. Showtime, eh? Anyways, we also have these lava geysers that you can also do tricks off of. But, of course, lava will spew out at the middle, so you're kind of gonna want to watch out. Because, of course, you'll flip out if you touch the lava. Wow. Oh, there actually isn't a ramp right there. There's only one on the second go about. Right there. And also, yeah, there's a kind of, I don't know what you call them, tar pools? Pretty much that'll slow you down. So yeah, there's, wow, another lightning. So yeah, of course there's going to be a lot of fire and lava. It is a Bowser stage after all. That's kind of what he's known for. And it's funny because the stone Bowser statue was also in Mario Kart Double Dash. But it's a lot more involved here because in that track, in Mario Kart Double Dash's Bowser's Castle, it's, wow. it doesn't really move at all. Well, it moves left and right, but it doesn't really... It kind of just stands still, like an idle statue, while just breathing fire left and right at the very end of the track. It's not as active as seen here. I honestly do think this section is one of the best uses of half-pipes in this game, considering it's almost required. Bananas. However, it's only yeah, they're only when the geysers are like fully out and fully grown or whatever. That's the only time you could do tricks off of them. So there's kind of an extra risk factor to that. Anyways. Here's the final track of the Special Cup, the Rainbow Road. Check this place out. So this is another tradition for the Mario Kart games to always have a Rainbow Road track, which all of them pretty much take place in space. And considering that Mario Kart Wii was released directly after Super Mario Galaxy, it makes sense that this one's a lot more inspired by that, you know, a space-themed mainline Mario game. So we're going to see a lot of elements from it, such as, coming up, are going to be some star bits, which are a collectible seen in that game. Right here. As we get this whole windy road. Similar to the one in Maple Treeway. We even got more half-pipes. Ain't that fun. We even get a launch star. Apparently that canceled out the blooper. Cool. Similar to the launch star seen in Super Mario Galaxy. And we got another planet out there. Uh-oh. And you may see below that, yep, that's planet Earth. And so whenever you fall off of this track, which it's pretty easy to, considering the lack of guardrails, you'll pretty much plummet your way down to Earth. Don't worry though, Lakitu will save you before you're able to land. Which, wouldn't that be funny? You're just going about your day and you see a freaking Mario Kart racer fall from the sky. That'd be something. You also got the moon over there. And obviously because of the lack of guardrails, it makes sense for this to be the final track, as this one is not very, not a very good track for beginners because of that. And they will probably fall down a lot. Including myself. I hated this track as a kid. What's even funnier is that I didn't really know about this track's existence until a friend told me. Uh-oh. Okay. It just kind of headed straight on for me. It doesn't even go over my head. Wonder what that has to do with. Whatever. As I was saying, I didn't even know about this track's existence until a friend told me about it, because I guess I wasn't good enough at this time to actually unlock the extra tracks. So, yeah, ain't that funny. I guess I was still stuck on other tracks like Warrior's Gold Mine. Another track that I'll probably get into later. Did I ever mention that this was my first Mario Kart game? I don't think I did. But yeah, it was. That's why I didn't know about Rainbow Road until... Oh, great. You'll even catch on fire when you fall. Ain't that funny. Anyways, we did it with a total time of 3 minutes and 55 seconds. A near minute lead. I believe a 49-second lead. That's concerning. Anyways, we are now done with the Special Cup. Yeah, pretty simple victory animation for Princess Peach. Makes sense. Anyways, we got a rank of 2 gold stars. And did we unlock anything? We sure did! We unlocked a new character for scoring a gold star rank in the entire Wii Grand Prix on 50cc. We unlocked Baby Daisy before we even unlocked normal Daisy. Ain't that great? We also won the Piranha Prowler for winning Special Cup on 50cc, which is a large kart. I always called it the Piranha Prowler as a kid because I didn't know what piranha meant. Apparently I played this game before I even knew what a piranha was. Ain't that funny? Anyways,